Hello dear Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising, and welcome to your second half of June readings with me. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. Let's get started. The third week, my dear Geminis, you are dealing with a feminine energy. Now this feminine energy could be your colleague, she can be a friend of yours, she can be your ex-partner, she can be a person who lives alone, a family member who is unmarried, sister-in-law or sister. It can also be your grandma, it can be your mother also who is living alone. Okay, it can be a single lady is what I see, and this person somehow is bringing about some kind of turmoil. It can be a single parent that you're dealing with at this point of time, and there is some energy regarding this person that is going to be highlighted in the third week is what I see, my dear Geminis, for you. It can also be that this is an ex coming back and creating some kind of scene for some of you, while it can be also a sister of yours who is living alone, who is completely alone, unmarried can be, and who is not feeling so good, and so she's rather frustrated, and that frustration is contagious. Okay, you get what I mean to say. So this is what is happening at work. For some of the Geminis, you can be backstabbed by a lady colleague of yours, so be very careful. It can be a jealous energy who backstabs you. So be very, very careful regarding your work, regarding what you share with your colleagues, because you might just open your heart, while having your lunch and stuff, and then this one goes and gossips about you to those people, and then it's, you know how it works. This becomes like a dirty politics that this feminine figure can play in your life at workplace, okay? Or it can also be that one of your relatives is not feeling fine, a feminine energy again, and that plays with your morale also. You wonder why this person is behaving like this, or you are speaking to someone, you're talking to someone, and what is happening is that one of your friends, and the friend is not biting their words and just putting it straight out there, and maybe that you have heard them in some way or another, so they are going to be like unfiltered talk, and that you feel like a bit like, wow, this kind of energy also. For some of you, it can also be some things related to administrative stuff that you have to deal with, and you are not feeling so fine because you have some non-cooperating people in that particular administration building and who are not doing the job well. For some of the Gemini ladies, you might feel a bit frustrated at this point of time, so you need to practice positive thinking only. Okay, my dear Geminis, for my Gemini students, take care of who you really call your friend, okay? There are so-called friends and then there are real friends, so know the difference. Maybe you will know it in the third week of June, all right? If you're interested in tarot oracles, and if you're wondering how to find your first deck, then I have made a wonderful write-up of that you will find in the description box below. It is free for you, okay? Like how to find your first deck, and there I also explain the difference between tarot and oracles also. So if you're interested in knowing in detail like what should be to find your first deck, it's all very nicely, it has been explained. So I would invite a few moments from you to go to the description box below and download it for free. And then we go to the fourth week. Now the fourth week, my dear Geminis, if you have been dealing with some kind of legal matters, okay, so this is about that. For some of the Geminis, something related to the legal matters is going to come up in the last week. For some of you who are already in a kind of a process of a divorce, in some kind of a legal matter, I leave it to you to fill in the blanks, I would say. And for some of the Geminis, it can also be that you're traveling, you're on your bike, you're in your car or something like that, and you don't carry your papers, and because of that you get a fine. Or you are traveling and now some rules have changed, so then paperwork's that becomes a problem also for some of the Geminis in the last week. Be very, very careful regarding all your paperwork. Okay, just have a file, everything properly put, and do the backups also just in case. Okay, and so this has to be dealt with, otherwise you are going to be a bit I would say, not feel really nice about the whole thing. Because it's going to be a bit, you get worked up, you get bothered for nothing just because one small paper is missing and you have to postpone your trip or postpone your flight or your train or things like that. So just be careful, okay? And be mindful of all your objects also, your material stuff. Take care of that. Otherwise, you might lose your purse or you might lose your wallet or things like that. So just be very careful. For some of the Geminis, it's all about the work thing. It's like a lot of work also. While for some of the Gemini, it is simply at home that you and some people are not on the same page. So there is a dispute that takes place because of these differences in opinions, and that can flare up. So I would like to tell you, my dear Geminis, please take care of that, okay? Don't get into an outblown dispute with your family members. They are your family, remember that. They love you, remember that, okay? So be careful about it in the last week of June especially. My suggestion to you all will be that you have to be very careful when you travel, okay? Have all your papers. It is more administratively, I'm saying, okay? Not that there is a fear of accident. Of course, if you drive rashly, anybody can meet with an accident, but here you need to be careful. And also, if you're going through any legal suit, then you need to have all the information at a hand's distance, and make sure you choose the right legal advisor, okay, my dear Geminis. And for my Gemini students also, I see that there can be some kind of things that are not allowing you to be at peace, my dear Geminis. This is what I see. For my Gemini students also, there is some kind of upheaval going on, and that can affect you. This is what I see, affect your studies also. So be careful and be centered, be grounded is what I can tell you all, my dear Geminis, for this 2 weeks especially, okay? This is the time to test you. You had your birthday, so have you grown up? How much more mature you have been with your past experiences, and how soft and, how nicely you get out of something, okay? And I don't doubt the capacities of Geminis because they're so adaptable. No matter what the thing is, that they're so adaptable. They just adapt, and this is what is life, my dear Gemini. So you teach life to others by showing your adaptation skills. But know that there are some things you can adapt to, and there are some things where you have to put your foot down also. All right, my dear Geminis. So thank you for listening. Please do like, share, and comment, and I shall see you next time. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye. God bless. Bye.